I'm going to be quick so you get to hear from Mr. Kentucky football. One of the guys asked me for an interview before and said, what did I think about him being able to handle that pressure in being a quarterback in the SEC? And I said to him, Pat has demonstrated through his life that he is a guy that is able to handle pressure. His grandfather was a great athlete, but he was also one of the most powerful men in the world, and when you're that person, people criticize you, and he had to hear Grandpa being criticized. And also, on his dad's side, his dad was a police officer, his dad's dad was a police officer, and his dad's dad was a police officer, and those are guys that have to handcuff people and put them in the back of the car, and those are pressured situations, and he's a guy who's lived in those pressured situations. Being an SEC quarterback, having those defensive linemen rush from Alabama, he's going to be ready. I really feel he's going to be ready for this. Anyway, Pat is a blessed guy. You know, he is a blessed athlete. He's just had a great upbringing, but he has taken advantage of that by trying hard and living right. He is a great example of working hard pays off. Pat is one of the only players I've known in Kentucky that have won the big 3 awards, the Mr. Kentucky Football, the Paul Hornung Player of the Year, and the Kentucky Gatorade Football Player of the Year. Rarely do those go to the same 3. He won all the awards that you could get, the Empire Player of the Year, the 4A Player of the Year, Courier Journal, First Team All-State. He made All-American honors in Parade Magazine, ESPN, Sports Illustrated, and Max Preps. Has had just a phenomenal career. A lot of people consider him the best player in the history of Highlands football. I would also be one of those players. So Patrick is going to sign now. I would also be one of those people that consider him down there at the bottom of that. So Patrick is now going to sign with the University of Kentucky.
Right next to me, but the first question is, how cool is it going to be that you're with your sister at UK?
It's awesome. I went to school with her here for 2 years, and it was awesome. And I'm going to be down in Lexington with her again. It's going to be great to be able to go to lunch with my sister when I'm an hour and a half away from home.
Do you have other relatives in Lexington?
I do. My mom has a brother who lives in Lexington, and my dad's originally from Lexington, and his whole family.
So, I know you committed to UK early, but I'm sure that as you had such a great senior season that you were still being recruited by probably everybody would have taken you, but you stuck with UK, so I guess the question is, why UK?
You know, from the beginning, I've always been a huge Kentucky guy. Growing up watching Kentucky football, and loving Lexington. They were actually second to last offer, and I was really just waiting on that one. I went down there. My dad, they had really been the only school that I hadn't had a really heart-to-heart conversation with. I liked what they had to say, so I went right there.
Can you name some of the other schools that you considered?
I considered Vanderbilt, Cincinnati, Illinois, and Arkansas.
Obviously, you're going to be playing quarterback, but is there a chance that you would have a chance to play next year, I would assume?
They told me that I was going to have the opportunity to compete for a starting job, which is really the only thing in that school. So, got to get a lot bigger, faster, and stronger, so I can get down there ready to go this summer.
We can go down and watch this in the spring.
I'm actually spending my spring break, in Lexington. I stay with my sister, so I can see as much spring practice as I can. don't, maybe something in political science, but I'm going to just undecided.
Possible career in politics?
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Okay, can you sum up the Highlands experience?
Some of the Highlands experience. I guess the whole thing about Highlands is if you want it to work for you, you have to buy into the system. January 1st, a lot of other schools are still in basketball season and other types of sports. So, a lot of the guys are, 95% of the guys are in the weight room working out and getting ready for next year. Our coaches give 150% to the players, and I think that's a true testament to how successful this tradition that Pines football is.
Congratulations.
Anybody else want to ask him questions here in a group, or you want to go individually? Want to wait till you go individually? Okay, let's hear from Pat. And we'll get all three guys up here first, and then we'll have all three guys with your families all together, and then some individual pictures of just each individual guy with any family members.